Bad penmanship and grammar on the bathroom walls. Turn your head at the sight of fingers picking over the... Ignore the sight of fingers peering over the tips of fingers, covering mouths in cruel intentions. Look away as their eyes start to slant with mischief. I want you to hear this directly from the side. Hiding behind perfect mane and teeth. Letting the night flow over me so you do not have to see the slouch in my shoulders or the restlessness in my stance. Heaven forbid I trip over my parables, but this has to come directly from my lips to your curiosity. I do not love you. I am not in love with you. I never was, and I pray to God. What I know of love is like day mirrors, night tremors, awake but unaware of what is really happening around me. Shattered glass, fake fingernails crushed in the carpet, knuckle prints embedded near my temples. Would have rather been blind than face the neighbors. Purple is one of my favorite colors. With you, I am not forced into heavy makeup and sunglasses. Panicked and can't catch my breath, hiding in the back of the closet, anticipating the hum of your engine in the driveway, scared to return or leave. What I know of love is like child's finger paintings over a white wall, abstract and hard to get rid of. We are more like Basquiat, modern and digestible. We are more like contemporary furniture, important to each other in form and function, so I do not love you. I cool-sided pillow you. I extra large bath towel right out of the dryer, covering my lack of discipline you. I make dinner 4 nights a week without using the microwave, preparing foods I made with my hands and poetry money you. I do not food obsession you. I hand-pick berries from my garden and pleasure in watching you eat. I do not sneak you after midnight when guilt and calories count as double, choking me up by the neck, slamming me on the bottom, leaving me twitching like a bean, an epileptic trying to find its calm. But I do, occasionally, chocolate chip cookies and more milk. You. Diving in head first, staying long enough to become moist, pulling back right before falling apart, removing anything rough or rigid around the edges because I no longer need razors or hunting knives to scrape the glass clean on jars once used for catching slugs and worms. I recycle now and use them for storing berries and honey because even labels peel off easy if you let them soak long enough. Tea's long, cold, I got out of bed, morning rain clouds of mountains, and I see you. My father, it's a picture on my wall, and it reminds me that it's not so bright, it's not so That song was amazing. Yeah, that I curse a lot. I had to think about it. That was amazing. That was amazing. I was like, the range, the drama in the song, like,
yes, sir.
It's definitely, I want to be in the background of the video, like, give me that. That's definitely, yeah, that's awesome. Raise your church finger if you've ever judged someone.
Man.
That should be everybody. We do it all the time. 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 What was the judgment you thought when you first saw him? Go ahead. I can take it. I'm Leo. What'd you think? Go ahead. I'm listening. What'd you think?
Minus.
Bamboo style. Amazon, $26. I wrote this poem. I used to think that I was edgy, and then I didn't really mean it, but I feel like sometimes when you watch people on Instagram, that you like that you meet them Instagrammer, right? With like a gazillion followers. And watching him made me realize to go edgier, to go bigger. You only get one go. I don't care if I'm going to CVS. I'm gonna put on my Uggs with my fur coat and my pearls. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do that because you never know what's going to happen. I had a partner pass away 14 months ago, and it was one of the most traumatic things that has ever happened to me. Definitely not done grieving. And grief will take over your life. I allowed myself in 2022 to eat and sleep. If I had a job, I went. If I had a gig, I went. But I allowed myself to go right back home, to go right back home, to go right back to bed, gained about 40 pounds or so. I gave myself the entire year, slept through all the holidays in Atlanta, in poppin' Atlanta, slept through Labor Day, Memorial Day, July 4th, slept through everything. I will not like some, but I just allowed myself to just grieve. I'm not done grieving, but there's a time when you have to say, all right, this is the line, and you get up and you return to your life, because you only get one go. I waited to die in 2022. I told myself I would not commit suicide. I'm bipolar, I'm neurodivergent, I'm a Leo, whatever you want to call it. I'm sensitive, I'm an artist, I've been doing this a long time. And I was just like, I'm just gonna eat. Pop-Tarts was my favorite meal. Yeah, Pop-Tarts, cold strawberry Pop-Tarts was my favorite meal. Oreos, because they're vegan. And yeah, Oreos are definitely good. It's not good for you, it's just all vegan is not synonymous with all vegan. That's right. No animal, that's all it means. No animal. Burgers, hot dogs, french fries, all that, right? So I told myself, all right, no committing suicide in 2022. I wanted to walk in traffic. I wanted to throw myself off the bridge, not being fun. Like, it was just, I had too many losses. My son and I are estranged. We've been estranged forever. He's and I just couldn't take the losses that I had. Then I met someone where I thought I was home. You ever have a relationship where you feel like, oh, I'm home. I no longer have to feel like I'm in survival mode anymore. I no longer have to feel like I'm in hustle mode anymore, right? That didn't work out. I ended up being an alcoholic. I was like, ah! Right? So that was 2022. 2023, I was like, all right, time to get up. You only get one go. You only get one go. So what I met saw Wisdom K on Instagram and TikTok, I was just like, oh my God, he's amazing. He's amazing. So his thing is to take clothing and pieces of clothing. He finds them all over the place, of course, now people are sending him clothing. And he wears amazing, weird stuff all the time. And I didn't realize prior to 2022 that I was a people pleaser. I didn't know I was a people pleaser. I thought I was like, steadfast. But I realized I was a people pleaser. Now you can't tell me, right? So now I'm going to do what I want, when I want. And if I love you, I'm going to take you into consideration. I'm going to take our friendship in consideration. I'm going to take our partnership in consideration. But I'm going to do what I want. Even if that means you convince me, which is fine. That's fine, because I've decided, right? So, because you only get one go. Come on! Little, a 10-year-old walks out of my grandmother's closet. The name of this poem is called, sorry. A 10-year-old walks out of my grandmother's closet. A mini Southern Baptist diva, too young to know what diva is, struts out. Hat flopping over her face, wicker bending to kiss the side of her cheek after every step, a wide yellow bow trailing down her back, where one day she hopes for wedding dress would be. One white glove hand imitating a frantic fanning of the face as if she was just to pass out from heat exhaustion. Pearls draped 4 times around her neck and red lipstick smeared from ear to elbow, one of those Kodak moments. Good thing digital wasn't out yet. Too many things to erase and forget, eaten up by bad memory. First day of 5th grade, does it look like I want my brother's hand-me-down? I am too patent leather Mary Janes and Hello Kitty for that. My mother would dress us in the same Save Kmart clothes the entire neighborhood wore. I would always find a phone booth on my way to the bus stop. Peeling back jackets she was waiting for me to grow into. Jeans, not too trendy, not too tight. At recess, we were already practicing hairstylists and clothing designers, switching tops and ideas. Scissors, the original 501 tool, turned sweatshirts into miniskirts. A perfectly good pair of tights into fishnet. Recombing and twisting each other's hair on the steps while boys ran in circles chasing dust. College, my brother's fatigues, patchwork skirt, afro, and Angela Davis t-shirt had folk clutching their purses like they were running back trying to make first down. It's king on me. Oh, I'm just trying to copy my chapbook, for Christ's sake. Want to get my word out to the people, let them know the revolution was coming, and me wearing my brother's fatigues 24 days straight symbolized my quiet protest till they sent those troops home. Those boys was off finding something they didn't understand or believe in. My brother decided to end his life 3 days after he had sent off the war. Decided his government-issued 9mm tastes better than cold turkey on rye that day for lunch. No note, no nothing. Just some orderlies to clean up his remains. Chunks of his brain tissue caught between the fibers of the mop and the sponge smeared him into the wood grain of the mess hall floors. Gives new meaning to driftwood. On vacation, my white parents tried their best to play color match with their Negro child. They were hippies, flower children, caught between the movement and privilege. Adopting me, they said, was their effort to try to save the world. Well, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Lucky for them, their color would fade. Right here in Charlotte, we are all 21 years old and hoping. Forgive me for not sounding or looking like you expect me to. There are two types of people in the world. Me and everybody else. You can repeat the same mantra. Find yourself a compact, a rear view, a dark window on a building at your speed, walking through lunch. Repeat 3 times daily and call on me never. This is the part of the poem where I'm supposed to tell you why. Nah, shout it. This is how it's always going to be. I'm always going left when the world says north. I'm always wearing plaid and polka dots with solids. In my cadence will always be rocker and we hip-hop before the light support. And I will always want to slip my wrist after a bad breakup. But I won't, because I'm too fly, and that's simple. And this poem is about you and I, and how it seems to be a cardinal sin for us to think that we're great. What happened to look up the word cardinal? Much sought after page, bird, highly valued for its song and color. Look, life is like masturbation. Do you? The trick is not to believe that you are better. Not to believe that you are better, but never believe you're worse. Go. So I'm going to break one of JC's rules.
Do it.
And I'm doing it. All right, so I have a story I want to read y'all. Is that okay? Yeah, read it. All right, cool. Women of the World Poetry Slam was this past weekend. Oh! Yes. And it was really awesome. And I, let me say something. I'm one of those poets that reads off paper sometimes because guess what? I got more than 5 poems. Okay? Sorry, guys. All right, so this is called Home. This is called Home. Buy the most expensive plane ticket to DTW. What's DTW?
Dallas.
Nope. Who said that? You get the teacher. It's Detroit. Buy the most expensive plane ticket to DTW. I want to feel like I've come up and beat out a destitute place that tried to kill me. Fly first class. Wear sunglasses so you can judge others without being seen. Without being judged. Without being seen judging. Put adopted home in the Uber search field and ride in anxiety and silence for 45 minutes wanting to jump or bail at every stoplight that brings you closer to the drab iron door. Have the Uber driver drive down Grand River and past the jewelry store where you bought that fake gold necklace for your very real first boyfriend. Cross over Fenkell, also known as 5 Mile, depending on who's talking and depending on the who is from. 5 Mile crosses over Grand River is revenge for Grand River's bougie name taking up space in the hood. And here I am, crossing hood and bougie daily. Balancing the hood in me, wanting to beat the shit out of my bougie self, and the bougie holding her hand out to show the hood a better life, and the two of them arguing about what better is. Turn your toes to the black asphalt driveway, towards the smell of grilling out in the winter, where your true love for a father that was never yours was deemed more Disney than Rosewood. Put 2 houses on the left that you were jealous of the laughter escaping the windows from the second house and the mystery of the first. Drive down 4 blocks with your back to both Grand River and 5 Mile on the right side, and the grass islands in the middle of the street home to squirrels and children playing kickball with their neighborhood crush. The trees obstruct the view from either side, swerving neighborhood connections, severing neighborhood connections. You can't wave through the green barriers. You can't wave through jail cells either. Place your hand on the handle of the iron door where your body was let in, but your skin was never accepted or understood, where your blackness was always in question. Turn left onto the street where your dreams were formed by the quiet storm and the X-Clan, where you can feel the beats, bend your afro like an invisible Beyonce fan. Walk through the door to the home built of guilt and temporary, and reward and punishment for behavior where it's all acting and never really accepted. The place where you learn that unhealthy behavior of people-pleasing and that will fail at every relationship, losing the self of you never developed or found. Or walk through the side door of shame where you're escorted by the spirits of every black jazz singer in Motown that had the side slide into the back of clubs that filled by name and talents. Have the Uber driver pull up to the curb where the address is painted. Don't pull in the driveway. It may scrape the underbelly of the car, and you will never forget the sound of a weight being lifted. If you pull in the driveway, you may have the urge to roll backwards, escape, and run. No, have the Uber driver pull to the curb, step out, stare at the door, grip the handle of your luggage to keep from falling or fainting, walk to the front door and wait for it to open. Drag your luggage in behind you. Let the wheels purposely scrape the wood floors. You would have been beaten if your toys left the marks of happiness. Leave your coat on, even if it's summer. Shimmy your expensive bag up your shoulder to show off and hide your shame. White-knuckled, stand and deliver. Not in the suburbs, so it's definitely a very interesting life, and I've always been black tail, Afro tail, black fisted tail, X-Clan, BDP, growing up. So that's always been my life and my charge. If you would like a book, you're gonna do 3 things. Y'all say 3 things.
3 things.
1, you're gonna come give me your address. You're gonna do what? Give me your address. Then you're gonna give me $20. I pay for shipping and tax. You're gonna give me your address and you're gonna give me $20. Y'all say give her your address and $20.
Give her address and $20.
And then you're gonna wait 1 week and your book is gonna arrive. Those are the 3 things. Y'all got it? Yeah. Thank y'all so much. All right.
All right. So I'm gonna close the evening out. Thank y'all. First of all, thank you so much, everybody that's been here, stayed here, chilled here, watched here, loved here. Thank y'all so much for just supporting MeCasa, supporting Charlotte Child, coming out tonight on the rain. Everybody, oh, no, rain. But this is my man, Kobe King. Y'all say what's up, Kobe? There was no way I could leave out of this spot without doing a poem while he played this piano. church. So, just want to let y'all know that MeCasa will be producing our art. The very first show I did in my house was called Poetry Church. That was the very first show I did in my house. Had a great crowd, the house was packed, and it was nothing but inspirational artists, and we went hard. And I'm going to bring that back again, and I'm going to do it right here, because I like this room. I want y'all to take this poem. It's personal, very personal, but also giving, and the message is very clear. So get the message. Don't judge my story. Get the message. Get the message. I had so much trouble on my mind. I reached down into the depths of my soul, hoping I was going to find something. But I still kept coming up with nothing. I was too confused by my earthly tendencies. It caused me to have these unexpected dependencies that for some reason I couldn't seem to shake. It was like I'd already partaken the fruit from this land which had already been tainted by man. So the nutrients that I did require had been thrown into the fire. But I kept seeking along with all my earthly desires. So eventually I got burned. Lord, give it to my flesh instead of using what I learned. And as this world continues to turn, I'll be holding on with all I got. As these flames continue to get hot. And I keep pouring on these words like water, trying to keep all the outside. But you gotta understand, I was still burning up on the inside, so I knew eventually I was gonna be done. So I pulled up on the way to go. And I wondered which one would be that would set me free. Which one would be that would allow me to see my new direction. As I try to soften up from all this world's rejection, you know, it's like I'm constantly under attack. Now if this world will be the womb, y'all go ahead and label JC the worldwide lyrical man. Because I was giving up and taking, nurturing the curses. Not understanding that the answer lies in the chapters and the verses. But I rejected them who needed to prosper in life. Couldn't be a good husband to my wife. Couldn't be a good father to my child. I couldn't resist the urges to run wild, and I never forgave my mom like the man who walked out on me. And from all Satan bonds, spending money carefree on everything I need. You know, I ain't gonna follow a man, I'm gonna whole pound of weed. See, I found love in the love of the world provides. You know, money holds those pimped out rides. Everything that don't even benefit you, and you got it. But see, I had demons on my bedside. Saw my life flash before me, was hell ride, and still the voice inside that said, son, you gotta change your ways. If you ever expect to see better days. So I just sit back and think about all the blessings I received. How thankful I am that every blessing that anyone asked for me to have came and fell upon me. Then I realized it was a day's struggle to remove all those negative thoughts from my mind as I tried to avoid the vine that I knew the devil had in store for me. JC ain't living like he was living before. And them old folks been praying for me so long, carrying it all on the dead cross. I'll ask for forgiveness for myself. Getting on my knees and praying for they people. But then I realized my grandparents was going to battle when they got down on their knees. Putting on armor before they started praying for me because I wasn't living right. So y'all know that feel like he was holding on real tight, but you gotta understand it. The old folks believe in blessings, not luck. That's right. Say that again. Them old folks believe in blessings, not luck. So them prayers kept going up. Y'all, it's time to start living like you should. Stop worrying about everybody else in the neighborhood. Start calling because they will let you know that they appreciate you doing this tonight. Because y'all are the reason that we get to do this, because y'all come to see it. And we appreciate y'all. Thank you for just being supporters of spoken word and the arts. Shout out to every artist that give it up to every artist that and just please remember, follow me on Instagram. You can follow me at FLYY_poet. If you want to keep up with this event, follow me at Touch, TOUCH, the number 1, MeCasa. Me like me, Casa. Okay? Please follow the page. Share it with friends because, like I said, this experience has been great over the last 4 months, 5 months now, and I'm not going to stop doing this. Once again, all the artists. If you're not ready to go home, right next door, my man Shabli is playing.
Is there food over there?
He was my house band right at Wine for over 7 years. And he's right next door doing this thing with his band, and my man PJ Mars over there. So it's awesome. Y'all might just want to step next door, like corner, curve, in the door right there. So thank y'all so much. Amazing.